Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce. My name is Faqih. My institution is Politeknik Harapan Bersama. I will present my research entitled The Effect of Additional DIETHYL Ether and JATROPA on Brake Power and the Fuel Consumption of Diesel Engine with an Engineered System. Ladies and gentlemen, the use of motorized vehicle is increasing due to the high activity of the community in their daily needs. This has negative effects including 1. Oil reserves are decreasing and fuel is getting more expensive. This effect of number 2 are pollution and global warming. Then, what is the solution? The solution to this problem is to use JATROPA and DE as alternative fuel. JATROPA is non-food fuel that has environmentally friendly properties. It is cheaper to be developed by research as a substitute for fossil fuel. JATROPA contains a zeta number that is almost the same as diesel. However, in general, the use of JATROPA still increases exhaust emission and reduce engine performance compared to using pure diesel. Number 2, DIETHYL ether. D has a Higgs zeta number compared to pure diesel and other alcohol content, where the addition of DEE increases diesel engine performance. Literature review. Number 1. Brake power on JATROPA. In general, the addition of JATROPA results in a decrease in the power value due to the low caloric value and high viscosity in JATROPA, resulting in pure automation so that it had an impact on pure combustion and reduced the value brake power. Number 2, in general, the addition of DE in mixed fuel can improve the power value, although it is still low compared to pure diesel. Number 3, brake power on diesel JATROPA DE fuel mixture result is an increase in the base FF value with increased loading. This is due to the lower caloric value on JATROPA so that more fuel is required to produce the same engine power output as pure diesel. Number 4, the application of the AGR system caused the BSFC to decrease. This is because the Higgs zeta number and oxygen content of the DE additive can contribute to the partial reduction of BSFC when operation in AGR mode. This is a table of diesel specification. Then the next is the percent of mixed fuel. Then the next on experimental setup. I will explain the order. Experiment were carried out with the Isuzu 4G B1 direct cylinder 4-cylinder diesel engine with a constant speed of 2500 rpm. A mixture of pure diesel fuel, JATROPA and DE was prepared according to the test percent before the experiment started. Due to the high polarity of DE, it is difficult to mix it with pure diesel. Then mixture number 1 is used to obtain the same fuel mixture. The mixture is positioned should hack the diesel engine so that the fuel mixture will flow into the engine based on the principle of gravity, which will be achieved by a pump mounted on the diesel engine. Burette number 2 with fuel valve number 3 is used to measure fuel consumption, where every 30 ml is time using a measuring cup with is calculated using a stopwatch which will go to the full injection pump. Number 4 and will be separated by the injector. Number 7. The tachometer 7 is used to measure the speed of the diesel engine, which will be measured by the proximity sensor. Power was measured using a dynamometer, Maitland and Seabird. The variation of loading used is through the opening of the water flow valve to the dynamometer by 25%, 55%, 75% and 100%. The water stored in a tank is flowed in pump to the inlet line on the dynamometer engine and directly discharged, not circulation. Experiments carried out in the study were using engine speed of 2500 rpm with variation in the fuel mixture. Result and discussion. Figure 1 is a graph of the result of the power test against diesel JATROPA DE. JATROPA used in this study was 10% and 20% based on fuel volume. The use of pure diesel and 10% and 20% JATROPA result in a decrease in the power value compared to using pure diesel. This is because the low caloric value and high viscosity of JATROPA compared to pure diesel result in poor combustion in diesel engine. However, different things were found when the addition of DE increased the power value of the diesel engine, although it was still lower than pure diesel fuel. The highest test decrease was found in the G20 fuel without AGR of 4.4889% with 25% loading compared to pure D100 diesel, while the lowest decrease in power testing occurred in the DG20 DE50 hot AGR fuel of 0.0116 0% with a loading of 100% than the D100, while the highest power test value in the DG20 DE50 hot AGR fuel that is 37.0196 kilowatts with a loading of 100, and the lowest power test value occurs in the DG20 fuel test with or AGR of 24.3281 kilowatts with a loading of 20%, 25% compared to using pure diesel D100. Figure 2 presenting this result with 10% and 20% JATROPA fuel variation. In general, the use of pure JATROPA DE diesel fuel mixture results in a higher base FC value increase with increasing loading. The JATROPA fuel content of 10% and 20%, 22% result in a higher base FC value increase compared to pure diesel fuel. This is because the caloric value of JATROPA is lower, resulting in more fuel recorded the produce the same engine power output pure diesel fuel. The addition of DE alcohol in the mixture of 10% and 20% JATROPA full and pure diesel cause a decrease in the BSFC value due to the high oxygen content and low viscosity of DE, but the value is still higher than pure diesel. The test result represent variation in JATROPA fuel 10% and 20%. The highest increase in BSFC value occurred in DG20 fuel without AJR of 27.1830% at 25% engine load, and the lowest increase in BSFC value occurred in DG10 DE510 cold AGR fuel of 1.0831% when loading 25% compared to pure diesel D100, while the highest BSFC value occurs in DG20 fuel without AGR of 0.3259 when loading 25%, and the lowest BSFC value occurs in DG10 DE15 cold AGR fuel of 0.1940 when loading 75%. Conclusion: the highest decrease in power value occurred in the use of DG20-DE15 hot AGR fuel, which reached 0.01160%. The increase in the highest DE content occurred in the DG20-DE15 hot AGR fuel, which was 37.0196 kilowatt at 100% loading. The highest increase in BSFC value occurred in DG20 fuel without AJR of 27.183% when loading 25%, and the lowest increase in BSFC value occurred in DG20 fuel without AJR of 0.3259 kg when loading 25% compared to pure diesel D100. This is my research presentation. I say thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.